All right, Mike, I wanted to show you this. This is the last model of this. I've started putting together drawings for everything. So I've got drawings of the bib rack, driver rack, bus bar assembly, all that sort of stuff. But wanted to go ahead and show you this, make sure there wasn't any other changes you wanted made. Um, if not, then you should be seeing drawings by the end of the week, I would hope. So here on the driver's side, you can see how everything lined up as far as the setup was concerned. The thermal port connectors here were really are kind of defined where everything would go in order so that it would go through properly on the bib side. So you have your thermal ports there, bus bars over here, which when you threw them on the model ended up being larger than I expected as far as the amount of space they took up. But have fit your bus bars over here. And then this is for your Cat 5 connection. Let me actually open up that assembly and show you how that finished out. Really pretty simple. This piece right here mimics what the current setup is on their little 1U panel. So they have the Cat 5s come through here, and it connects back here on the back side through, I believe, what are 440 threads. I'm going to take a screw to Home Depot on my way home from work to confirm that today. But that Cat 5 connects in here, and then, of course, on their design, this just extends all the way up and down into a 19-inch panel. On ours, I just went out with extended the flange out here a little bit with some PIM studs, some PIM nuts. And so what this does is when it's not in its exploded state, let's see here, close that down, it goes and secures inside here. And so you'll have your Cat 5 connectors right here, a couple of 632 hardware going through there. One reason I had to do it this way is because if you look at the back of that Cat 5 connector, I don't know if y'all have one in the shop or not, but it secures right here, but then it's got the white little connectors for all the wires that extend further out this way. So you had to stand it up off of the wall a little bit. So that's how that'll work. And so in the overall assembly, it just mounts to the wall and a couple of studs. And so you have your Cat 5 connectors there. I know it's not ideal considering the Raspberry Pi is over on the other side, but because of where this location needs to be and the size of the bus bars, it has to go over here. And it's too wide to fit in between here. So you got your driver rack and your bib rack. Thermal ports here on this side. I'll give you your measurement here just to show you the depth from the wall. Here's your actual interior chamber of the wall, and here's your furthest point on the bib rack, and we're at 24.095 inches. I believe you said we had 24 and 3/8. You can see from this view here that the bib extends out beyond the rack. So the rack's not going to be your limiting factor. If anything, the bib will be. But you should be good there. And that's, of course, that takes into account your outer plate here and your gasket. Only other thing, something I did a little different here and wanted to try out, and I think this will be good to incorporate on our racks and stuff moving forward, is this entire rack's built out of aluminum, but this back wall is built out of stainless. And so at some point you have to transition from aluminum to stainless. So what I ended up doing here is using a little insulated washer. And so what you end up having, and I need to do a little piece of insulation between the rack and the bib here now that or the bib rack and this little piece here now that I look at it. But your aluminum screw would go through here and screw into the actual bib rack, but never actually come into contact with the stainless steel. It would just be on that nylon, or that plastic washer that goes inside. And then same sort of thing here on this side. You've got a stainless steel backplate and aluminum rack. Stainless steel studs here. You have a nylon. It's not shown on this drawing, but you have a nylon washer that goes around this thread and goes in this area here and creates a little separation from that back wall and just prevents any stainless to aluminum contact. So I think that it's a cheap thing to do that I think will help make sure there's no corrosion issues. But yeah, that's the setup. Like I said, I've already got drawings for the bib rack, the driver rack, all that stuff put together. I was working on the drawings for the Cat 5 assembly, but unless there's any big changes, I should have drawings and a bill of materials coming out to you by the end of the week. So just take a look at that. Let me know what you think.